by the end of the year, your body will say like, thank you so much for stretching me out for 90 hours this year. That's based off of the compound effect, that small little actions compound over the course of a year. That's how people lose weight. That's how people get out of debt. That's how people tackle really difficult things that they're dreading to do, is small little bits compounding day over day, week over week, month over month, year over year. The Move Forward Everyday podcast, we all get 24 hours in a day to have freedom, to experience joy. What is important to you? Who are you? And what makes you happy? Hi, everyone. I'm MaryRuth Guillaume, the founder and CEO of MaryRuth Organics, and this is the third episode of the Move Forward Everyday podcast. In episode 1, we went over the idea of having and creating a morning routine and a nighttime routine that you can complete with joy, hopefully every single day within a 24-hour period. In episode 2, we got to talk with Eric, who has been my executive leadership coach for the last 3 years, who I've worked with every single week. And we got to hear about Eric's morning and nighttime routine. Something that was super impressive about Eric's routine, in case you didn't get to listen to the podcast, was he is a 37-year-old male whose morning routine is about 18 to 20 minutes long. So that was very inspiring because it's showing that even if you just have 15 or 20 minutes, you can carve out a special routine at the beginning of the day and the end of the day for yourself. In this episode, I'm very excited to walk you through something called the art of health for busy people. This is something that long before I had created the liquid morning, liquid nighttime vitamins, I was teaching in my private practice in New York City on 47th and 3rd, this exact infographic. Again, it's called The Art of Health for Busy People. And today we're going to walk through all 12. It'll be about a 15-minute podcast. I like to keep it really short, but we're going to walk through each of these 12 steps. In 2020, when I was pregnant with the twins, 2 months before COVID started, I flew to New York City and I got this book deal with HarperCollins. And I said to them, when I was explaining to them something that I had been teaching long before even making vitamins, I said to them, listen, like, why I love the art of health for busy people and these 12 little actions is that they are pretty much free and accessible to everyone. Even if someone were in jail, they would be able to do most of these things, if not all of them. And that's something I really value about health and wellness. So I have a couple favorite sayings. If you've been following along for the last 12 years that we've had MaryRuth Organics, I like to say that mental health is health and wellness. So I really believe, after being in the field for 2 decades and learning from so many health mentors, that so much of the process of health and wellness starts in our mind. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that as well today. And the other thing I wanted to share is that our company is a B-Corp certified company for social and environmental governance. And we talk a lot in our team meetings and in our all staffs about how we as a group, there's over 200 team members at MaryRuth Organics. We really feel dedicated to be in service to other people, to pay it forward wherever we can. And the difference between elite wellness and also wellness that is accessible to as many people as possible. And there is nothing wrong with elite wellness, but a lot of times that takes a lot of money, a lot of time. And what we really do as a team, and we speak about it often, is trying to make these tools accessible to everyone. So let's get started. My main reason that the team really encouraged me to do this podcast was so that I have a small way to connect with each person in a real way. For me, it's not about making the podcast very long. If you actually are able to listen I hope when the podcast is over that you take 5 extra minutes to really sit with yourself and write out whatever you feel is going on inside of you, to really write it all out. If you have a lot of things that are going well for you, or you have a lot of challenges, to kind of get all of that out on paper, and then use the morning and nighttime routine, the micro moments, the micro actions every day within a 24-hour period to help you move forward every day. And so that is the whole point. And I hope that something in this podcast will truly resonate with you, and it will become part of your journey of self-mastery. So without further ado, we are going to go through the 12 steps. I'm going to read first what they are, and then spend about 30 seconds to a minute talking about each one of the steps. Now, I also wanted to say before I read them that sometimes people feel like when people are talking about feminine energy or masculine energy, I got some feedback where someone said, MaryRuth, I don't know if I want to have a morning and nighttime routine. I don't know if I want to try out time blocking. So someone shared with me that they really wanted to be in their feminine energy. And what I was saying was that if that is important to you and you feel like structuring your day too much is not making you feel good, that was, again, some of the feedback or questions that I've gotten recently, last couple months, about like, well, I don't want to create too much of a structure and I want to go with the flow. I wanted to share that what's nice is that only you know what's best for you, and that you can make your morning or nighttime routine as structured or full of freedom as you want. And that if there are, especially I'm talking to the women right now who have given feedback, if there are more feminine things that you want to do, you can use time blocking or your morning and nighttime routine to kind of add those things in. So just wanted to call that out. So the 12 steps for the art of health for busy people are step number 1. And again, I'm going to go back to each one and we're going to talk it out, is liquids to lunch. Step number 2, chew your food until it becomes liquid. Number 3, drink half your body weight in ounces in water. Number 4, portion control. Number 5, eat healthy foods. Number 6, get 15 minutes of direct sunshine each day. Number 7, sleep 7 to 8 hours. Number 8, 15 minutes of stretching. Number 9, 30 minutes of exercise daily. Number 10, stress less. Number 11, think positively. And number 12, believe in a universal force of goodness. So the book is, I'm holding the book up for the YouTube little video, but the book is called Liquids to Lunch, and that is step number 1. And that's really how we got started at MaryRuth Organics, was me being in service to all of my clients in my private practice. I had one-on-one meetings. I had group classes in person. And I also had, this was the era of live webinars with like little chat boxes, like pre-recorded video live webinar with a chat box. And I used to answer the questions myself. So I got the idea to make a liquid morning multivitamin and a nighttime multi-mineral from taking care of people. My mom and I got this idea. And so that's really where the vitamins came from, because I was teaching people in my private practice to do liquids until lunch. They could have vegetable broth, a smoothie, celery juice, coffee, tea, water, whatever they wanted, liquids until lunch to give the digestion a break. And then people would say, hey, MaryRuth, like, I love liquids to lunch, but taking all my capsule vitamins makes me really nauseous. What should I do? When should I take my vitamins? And that's when I got the idea, wow, like, we should make a liquid morning multivitamin and a nighttime multi-mineral for people to take as part of their morning and nighttime routines, in addition to doing liquids to lunch. All I'll share about doing liquids to lunch is it's a way to create more energy, because when you eat a meal and digestion starts in your mouth. When you chew the food, it goes through your esophagus, drops into your stomach. it does take energy away from your personality for your body to digest food. So liquids to lunch is a tool that really just gives the digestive tract a little bit more rest, and you have liquids for a little bit longer. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of intermittent fasting, but this is more a relaxed approach where you can really have any form of a liquid, but if you can make it to lunchtime and you check with your doctor, you might find that it does give you more energy cumulatively over the course of a year. Number 2 kind of goes along with what we were just talking about with digestion. Chew your food until it becomes liquid. I always say that your stomach does not have teeth. So if you think of a Vitamix or a food processor with those blades, think how hard that blade has to work to chop the food. And really, again, digestion starts in your mouth. I saw an incredible TED Talk about someone who lost a lot of weight just through the act of chewing their food. And the proper word for chewing your food is called mastication. To break down the food in your mouth by chewing it until it becomes liquid is really another way to create a lot of energy. Because if you eat really fast, and by the way, I understand, I have 4 young kids. I eat standing up all the time. I eat in the car. I eat when they were younger, I would eat while cleaning their high chairs. So we always want to have progress, not perfection. And we're not being too rigid, but we're just kind of using all these little tools when we can. And when we do have awareness, if it resonates with us, to kind of just try it out in a relaxed way. So chewing your food can really help your digestion. It's a way to love your body. It's a way to take care of yourself, self-love. And the act of doing a discipline like chewing your food is a form of self-love. It's a way to take care of yourself instead of rushing and not chewing. And we all know that feeling of sometimes overeating. We really feel so terrible. We feel like our energy is dropping. So I just wanted to say that number 2 is chewing your food until it becomes liquid is really great for energy and your digestion, especially if you struggle from things like bloating and feeling uncomfortable after meals. Number 3, people have always said is really helped so much. Again, check with your doctor, but it's very straightforward. It's just drink half your body weight in ounces in water a day. It's amazing. A fun tip is that it's easy to drink water when you don't have food in your stomach. So it's really great to like start getting some water in right when you wake up in the morning. And then you can drink water until you're ready for your coffee, your tea, your smoothie, whatever it may be. I personally drink more than half my body weight in ounces in water, but I usually drink like 30 ounces before lunch, and between 1 and 3, another 30 ounces, and between 3 and 7 p.m., another 30 ounces. And I always stop drinking water at 7 p.m. If not, I will wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. So if you'd like to not wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, it's great to stop drinking water 3 hours before bed. Number 4, also super straightforward, just portion control. I've worked with so many incredible people, including athletes, including college athletes. And I always said if they're doing liquids to lunch and it resonates with them, again, like you might hear all 12 steps and only do 2 of them, but it could be the best year of your life because the 2 tips you decided to do from this podcast was stretch every day, get sunshine, and drink half your body weight in ounces in water. So please always, you know what's best for you. You have free will. What I share may or may not resonate with you. You could just take what works for you and discard the rest. So some people, including athletes, have found it, especially very busy professionals at work, within a 24-hour period, they have done the liquids till lunch. And then I always say that I personally eat my first lunch at 12 noon, my quote unquote second lunch at 3 p.m., and my dinner at 6 p.m. And that has helped me so much. If I miss that 3 p.m. meal, I am really moody and hungry by the time it's dinner. So for 20 years, I have done liquids till lunch. When I was pregnant, I would just do like liquids till 9 or 10 a.m. and I would start eating like chips and guacamole because when you're pregnant, you're hungry. So you just do what feels best for you and what your doctor recommends. But to this day, I always eat at 12, 3, and 6. Works really great for me. Number 5 is eat healthy foods, whatever that means for you, like learn to cook, look at recipes. My favorite thing, my executive coach at work said, what is like your favorite thing to do when you're alone? I am like my favorite thing to do when I am alone is read cookbooks. Like nothing in the world makes me happier. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and I prepare for it in my mind for like 2 months. I love cooking. So number 5 is just learning what foods you like, learning about your pantry. What do you want in your fridge? What do you want in your freezer? What do you want in your pantry? And my favorite tip, always check expiration dates. Food safety is super important. So, once a quarter in your house, just go through the expiration dates. Make sure everything in your fridge is not expired. Number 6, get 15 minutes of direct sunshine every day without your sunglasses. So again, check with your doctor, but the body, just like plants, really needs that sunshine. And even during my pregnancies, when I was so nauseous and I didn't feel like exercising and I was feeling so terrible, I had the worst nausea for all of my pregnancies, I would just sit outside and like 15 minutes, it's so incredible. Even in the winter with all your coats, you can sit outside, and really just wearing the sunglasses off your face for 15 minutes will really allow like the vitamin D levels to go up. Number 7 doesn't need much of an explanation, but it's sleep 7 to 8 hours a day. And you can reference our last 2 podcasts to learn about nighttime routines. Number 8, 15 minutes of stretching a day. I always say, especially if you have young kids or you love watching Netflix, imagine a year, 365 days, when you are stretching for the first 15 minutes of your favorite Netflix show. So you could still watch 45 minutes of your favorite show, but keep that yoga mat there and stretch for the first 15 minutes. It's called habit stacking. Or if you're watching your children, imagine what you would feel like if you stretched every single day. You're watching your kids 10, 15 minutes. You're stretching while they're playing in the playroom or outside. At the end of a year, I don't even have a calculator right now, but I do know that 5 minutes times 365 days at the end of a year is 30 hours. So 15 minutes should be 90 hours of stretching. That is so exciting. And this is really why I like sharing on the podcast. And these are the things that make me so happy when I'm with the team at MaryRuth Organics, is like, that is mind blowing to me. Like imagine a year of no stretching and just Netflix, or Netflix and 10 or 15 minutes of stretching. By the end of the year, your body will say like, thank you so much for stretching me out for 90 hours this year. That's based off of the compound effect. That small little actions compound over the course of a year. That's how people lose weight. That's how people get out of debt. That's how people tackle really difficult things that they're dreading to do, is small little bits compounding day over day, week over week, month over month, year over year. Number 9, 30 minutes of exercise a day. That's very self-explanatory. Imagine if you walked 1 mile a day. I think I said this in the first podcast. At the end of a year, it would be 365 miles, and your body would say thank you. Number 10, stress less. This is something that I deeply need to work on still. After so many years, I really feel that with being a mom to Ethan, Elliot, Jacob, and Grace, they're still very young, and the business and just all of the responsibilities that so many of us go through, I've been learning more and more in the last 2 years how to help my nervous system feel safe and to reduce my cortisol. So if that resonates with you, you can look on YouTube, you can read more on ChatGPT, but stressing less is really an incredible attribute to acquire, and you'll sleep so much deeper. Number 11, think positively. So my biggest tip for that is 2 things: reframing. So learning to be super present in the work that you're doing every day. And when you catch yourself thinking negatively, to reframe in a way that makes you feel like you're the cause and not the effect, or that you feel better about a situation. Always trying to reframe. And I talked about it in the first podcast, staying in a state of gratitude frequency as much as possible. And remember, gratitude frequency allows you to do more on your to-do list every day. It creates a robust immune response. Neuroscience shows all of this. And when you are in a state of gratitude, you feel like sharing more with the people around you. And last but not least, number 12, believe in a universal force of goodness. And in this infographic that we have here, it says it doesn't matter what you call that universal force, God or the creator or the universe. It just matters that you believe that the universe wants the best for you. And this is something I deeply believe. As a 41-year-old female who has gone through a lot of different loss and challenges in my life, I do feel like the universe and the creator wants the best for me. And pretty much everyone, I think the universe wants to send us different challenges and different chapters and seasons of our life to help expand us, to open our heart, open our mind. Those challenges are not sent to us to shrink us. So it has been my absolute pleasure to share with you Liquids to Lunch. I'll hold up the infographic one more time. If you email our customer experience team at MaryRuth Organics, it's wecare@maryruthorganics.com. That's wecare@maryruthorganics.com. They will send you the free PDF of the infographic for the Art of Health for Busy People. They'll also send you a free PDF printout of a sheet of a time blocking journal. If you're really excited to start doing your morning and nighttime routine, try out time blocking, try out some of these free and accessible health and wellness tips, any of the 12 that we talked about today. Hopefully these tools will help you move forward every day. And thank you so much for joining myself on our third podcast. Take care.